You have your coffee. I need my coffee.
I have coffee. Yes, go get a coffee.
So we were a little bit crazy after 2.5 years of building out this place and moving in, immediately hosting my family, and then working a little bit far too much during that time period. It's just been go, 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 and we haven't had a chance to really soak in the reality that we finally moved in.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I cannot believe that we really are living here, and it's something that has taken a long time to actually sink in. So I think we've been just go, 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 like you said.
But my parents left 5 days ago, and we've done nothing.
We've
basically
done nothing.
Absolutely
We've sat
nothing.
here on this balcony and had coffee.
A
That's
lot
it.
of hours just sitting and soaking it in, and honestly taking the kids around and doing all of the fun things that we love to do around here. We took them rock climbing, which they're awesome at, and that's such a good activity for them just to build their confidence. We've gone hiking, actually a little bit too adventurous of hiking. Me and Alexa got lost, like properly lost.
Help. Stranded.
We're stuck in all of these brambles, lost in the forest. We tried a new trail and it ended up getting washed out. I didn't realize it, so we got lost on the trail, and there's thick vines just everywhere. But we got back, it was fine.
Yeah, me and Chloe were thankful we weren't on that hike.
But mostly it's just been relaxing and soaking in and processing and just being grateful for how far we've come. And we thought we'd take the opportunity, mostly because we haven't done any work this week, to sit down and finally answer a lot of the questions, because we've been pushing so hard recently. We haven't been as present responding to comments, and we do read all of the comments. We just haven't had the chance to respond. So we've gone through, collected all of the most common questions, and we thought we would answer those for you guys today. Also, there's one project on my list which I think would be fun to do today, and that's going to be to completely transform this view, because to our left here, there is a hideous, ugly tree that's been dying for a long time, that's now overgrown and blocking the entire view. So at some point in this video, we're going to cut that tree down and totally open up the view of the valley.
Okay, so I'm going to start with an easy one. Mostly I'll ask you these questions.
I haven't done any preparation. I haven't looked at any of them. She did all of the screenshotting.
We'll see.
So, okay, go for it.
Okay, this is a fun one because I know the answer to this. This is easy. Do you find working in metric system easier or more difficult than Imperial?
Metric system is so far superior. I should have spent some time converting my dad. I think he was starting to get the picture. So much so that I don't think I'll ever work in the Imperial system again. It's just so much easier.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay, next question. It seems that you only have one bathroom. Have you considered adding
Okay,
one in the utility room?
I'll add another question to that. There's been a lot of bathroom questions.
Yeah.
You guys are weirdly
Very
fascinated with bathroom things. Number one, I'll skip that. I'll come back to that. But there's been an obsession and fascination with the lack of bidet. I'm assuming most of those are Italians. For some reason, Italians love talking about their bidets. That's a very odd thing to talk about. But like, if we've ever stayed in an Airbnb, they make sure we know how to use the bidet in very explicit.
Really? That's never happened to me before.
There's been literally hundreds of comments concerned that we're actually breaking the law by not having a bidet. It's not actually true. There's not a law requiring there to be a bidet, maybe in certain municipalities. But we do have a manual bidet.
Yeah.
We don't need to get into the specifics of it, but it's something
Sprayer,
that we picked up from traveling in Southeast Asia that we just prefer, and that's what we did, and the rest is none of your business.
Anyway, about the multiple bathroom situation, I know obviously our girls are getting older and, one bathroom becomes more tricky. But for right now, one bathroom is really all we need.
The only space that I could find for it, though.
We've talked about possibly adding one in maybe office area, because we're still trying to decide what to do with that room exactly. We called it a dining room, an office, I don't know. It'll probably end up being a guest room, I think.
My parents used it as a guest room, and I think it might have been a better plan to make it a guest room and to add a bathroom into that. The way we've done our plumbing, there is still the opportunity for that, so that might be a project years in the future that we end up doing.
Did you know how difficult the physical labor was going to be when you took on this project?
I'll just change that to, did I know how difficult this entire process would be in general? Yes and no. A small yes and a very big no. We knew we were tackling probably the hardest thing we would ever do in our lives going into this. And yet, it was so much more difficult than we could ever imagine. Starting first with the physical labor, we didn't know until very late into the buying process that we would have to dig out the crawl space, and we didn't know until we started digging that we would hit rock, and then it would have to dig out several rooms by hand in rock, and so many other things that we just didn't know. And then more from a frustrating bureaucracy and honestly turning into a mental health problem, the sheer bureaucracy and paperwork that is, from what I've been told, so far beyond what it usually is. Italy is known for being very difficult to work around the laws, primarily to preserve and protect history. But for whatever reason, this house and the laws and things that we faced, it was always the opposite. They were requiring us to do things that would destroy history over and over and over again. So the amount of fighting that we would do to try to protect the history here, which is usually the opposite, it was very, very weird, very unfortunate. We didn't talk a lot about it, to be honest.
I would say, like, from my perspective, for any mothers watching, it's very much like you're getting ready to have a baby. You know it's going to be, like, the hardest thing you're ever going to do. But there's no way to, like, there's nothing that compares to it that you've done in your life. So you know it's going to be hard. We knew it was going to be hard. But there's no way to actually understand how hard it's going to be because we've never done it before.
Yeah. So we haven't talked a lot about the struggles that we faced. That could be an entire video all of it itself. I just haven't wanted to complain, but mostly I just wasn't strong enough to talk about it because the friends and family who I have discussed these things with, quite a lot of them, just their advice at the end of the day was you should quit. You should walk away. And I knew that if I put that out in the world, then I would be getting more and more of that feedback, and I probably wouldn't be able to handle it. And actually, I mean, at one point we did quit. That's a subject for another video. We actually, it got so bad that we actually quit. And our good friends Silvio, Monica, Ori, they sat us down and kind of
want to cry thinking about it. Actually,
they sat us down and talked us through and said, you've come so far. Don't walk away from this. And it was their voice of reason that kept us going. And your guys' support, even though you weren't aware of what we were going through at the time, that made us continue pushing through. And I'm so incredibly grateful for that.
So thankful.
I don't know. I feel like that's a completely separate video. If you want to hear
there's a lot more to that story.
Everything that we faced, it was... and everyone that we talked to, the Italians that we talked to, just were so embarrassed that we were facing all of this. The amount of fighting, the amount of stupid regulations that we had to face.
All right. I'd love to know if you're going to throw an open house party for all the incredible artisans that have helped you restore, rebuild, and create your dream home. Absolutely.
So it's actually Italian tradition to do something like that. You throw a huge party, a big open house, invite everyone, people from the surrounding neighborhood. I want to invite our pizza people.
Oh, yeah. They've fueled this project.
Yeah, we have one pizza shop that we go to, probably a little bit too much.
They worry about us, I think, all the pizza we eat.
It's the best pizza I've had in Italy.
It is.
So,
it's very good.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to wait until the project is properly done. There's still a lot to do on the inside, but the majority of the work from now on is going to be on the outside, the exterior of the house. There's a lot to get through. We have those giant piles of stone that we need to get through. But yeah, moving on.
That leads to, let me see if I can find...
I think I saw one. What are future project ideas?
Yeah. There's a lot of questions about kind of what's next, which... We're still in the midst of all of this, so it's hard to kind of think too far ahead.
Oh, I'm thinking far ahead. There's lots of things next.
What landscaping plans do you have?
Yeah.
Do you plan to have... Oh, that's different.
You want to name some of them? Because I'm answering the questions so far.
What landscaping plans do we have?
I
would like to have grass.
Grass.
Someday we'll have green grass again. That'll be fun.
I'd like to not have giant bees.
Oh,
Those
yeah. We have
a
very big hornet problem right now.
Giant hornets, because they actually kill the bees.
Yeah, they do kill the bees.
He's trying to nest inside the house.
I wish we had a bee problem. I love the bees.
Okay, grass, yes.
Yes. We have fencing to do. We want to do some beautiful stone fencing in the front of the house.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful. We obviously want to do more around the fireplace area and make that not just,
Can I say the secret project that I said was a secret before, but I don't, I've had too much coffee.
Yeah, if you ever want to get Bradey talking,
give me coffee.
give him coffee. That's my secret.
A project that I'm really looking forward to, and we actually need to prioritize it just because we'll need excavators moving back and forth, so we want to get it done before we can plant grass properly, is a lovely, beautiful stone sauna, which will be so nice. And I've got it all sketched out already. It's built, it's designed off of a small shed, I guess. There's a small stone shed just for stool storage on a hike nearby.
Stool storage.
Did I say stool storage? Tool storage. Tool storage. Okay. Anyways, moving on. We did have a stool storage problem in one of the rooms here.
What were we saying?
Tool storage shed.
Tool storage shed.
Yeah, so the sauna is going to be awesome. We have a whole little getaway place planned just behind the camera back there. There's, I don't know. There's other. I don't want to give away too much.
Honestly, the possibilities of this property and what we can do with it are endless. I want to plant fruit trees. I want to do. I mean, it's endless.
This is a property that for the rest of our working lives, there'll be things to do forever.
Yeah.
Which is part of, for me, the appeal to it. Like, no matter what projects we have planned for the future or what we do with our lives in the future, I always want to be coming here, working on this land. It's just, there's something so magical and special about this spot. So really quick, I'm going to brave my way into our storage room, which is just an absolute disaster. Unfortunately, it's the area that just kind of collects everything, and it's kind of even hard to walk in here. But behind me, we've recently installed something new that I wanted to tell you guys about briefly. You know, we've been using Waterdrop filters from the beginning, both at our apartment and at our temporary outdoor kitchen. But now that we are finally moved in, we can connect a whole house water filtration system, which is what you see behind me. This is what I would consider the first line of defense for our home water. This is the Waterdrop whole house filtration system that features a 5-stage filter that reduces rust, chlorine, iron, other impurities, as well as sediments larger than 5 microns. This system is perfect for protecting your pipes from rust, as well as extending the life of any appliance that's connected to water. Old municipality pipes are full of rust and iron and chlorine, which this system is specially designed to remove, which helps with buildup in your own pipes and ultimately keeps your water safer to drink. We've also just started using this Waterdrop glass filter pitcher. There's no plastic, it's an actual glass pitcher. It has a 6-stage filter that reduces PFAS, chlorine, and other harmful chemicals effectively. It has a high flow rate that filters 8 ounces in less than a minute. That's up to 10 times faster than other pitchers. I also find myself drinking a lot more when there's cold water available immediately from the fridge, especially in the summer, so having this guy around helps improve hydration. But Waterdrop has a huge variety of filters for your different needs. We've used their Core RO filter, which features reverse osmosis and instant hot water. For the temporary outdoor kitchen, we use the TSA 8-layer filtration system, which was really necessary as that was for our drinking water and our coffee. And, well, we fed the entire system with a garden hose, so that filter came especially in handy. But regardless of what water filter you choose to use, I do believe a good water filtration system is a great investment for your home. And you don't want to miss out this Prime Day for Waterdrop's deals as you build out your home filtration system. Check out the link in the description below or scan the QR code on screen right now. Right now, for a limited time, you can save up to $700 or 35% off your order. This is for a limited time, so check out the link, and thank you so much to Waterdrop for sponsoring today's video.
Okay, this is a good one. Would you ever take on this challenge again?
My answer would be yes and no. I hope this is the hardest thing we ever do in our lives.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it was a little bit much. And yet, now that we're living here and I'm enjoying walking around, we've been talking about this other little barn over there that would be really nice to have as a guest house.
I know, that'd be cool.
I think we're a glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
I think that we learned so much through this process that it would almost be a shame not to do another one. Especially with the people that we've encountered here and finally putting together our team. And
it took us a long time to kind of get, get the what do I want to say? Something about ropes.
Learn the ropes.
Yes. It took us a long time to learn the ropes of how to even function here, how to deal with, things in the construction world specifically. And so there's so many pieces of that puzzle that we found amazing people to work with. So it would be a shame to not,
And part of the hardest
on.
thing was living in the apartment and not living here.
For sure.
And living here, and I'm already envisioning like all of the stone projects that I want to do here, and just stonework in general. I've wanted to learn that skill for so long. It would be a shame to not put it to use years in the future. So I'd love to revive. There's so many places. If you go hiking around here, you just randomly come across these beautiful, like stunningly beautiful old barns that will forever rot and just crumble because no one will come back and renovate them. It's too difficult. Well,
we might be just crazy enough.
Crazy people who happen to enjoy that. I would like to do another one.
I think also we had so much fun specifically hosting your parents this time. When my parents came and visited us, we were living in the apartment, so we had to get them, an Airbnb or whatever to stay in. And so it was just a very different kind of vibe hosting people here when you're not staying in the same place, you're kind of all around. And having your parents here, even though we were roughing it, no hot water for a while, all these things, no toilet. They were troopers. But even with all of that, it was so special to have them here on property with us, for us to be here, for us to have them, and it just made me want to host all of our friends and family. It's like, wow, it was so fun to have them here and to get to share it with them. So I don't know. I feel like I could see us doing something else where we are building more and adding more spaces so that we could host more people. Okay, would you ever consider opening up your home for others to experience? I think yes.
Sure.
I think that would be something cool to do in the future.
This is years in the future. We need to have proper fencing, gates, safety, all of that kind of stuff.
And another question we've been getting a lot too is this your forever home? And I think that kind of ties into the fact that we will own this place forever. Like, we will never sell this house.
In that sense, it's absolutely.
Yes.
I think our kids will be forbidden from selling it.
Yes, we'll put it in the will. No selling this place. They have to pass it on. But with that said, our parents are getting older. Our family is not here. So will we be here forever full time? No. There's no way. But we would love to eventually someday maybe use that as an opportunity to be able to open this up for people to be able to experience and enjoy.
I mean, you've always been very close to your family, and it's been a very hard thing for you being here without your family. I think lately it's gotten harder for me as I see my parents getting older. I'm realizing that I need to spend quality time with them, which is what was so special about the last few weeks, having them here. And it's just too difficult being so far. So yes, I think the dream would be to someday be able to take a piece of raw land, like a forest, and like really cultivate that. And just like we took the raw stone here, take the raw trees there and build something really special closer to family. But then also have this that we can come back to, I don't know, maybe half the year. Like I'm talking about like dream plans here. I think that would be amazing. Epic.
What are you going to do near the girls' bedroom doors? Are you going to have it like your bedroom with a balcony?
There's going to be a small stone balcony over there. Actually, that probably is not too far in the future.
We'd love to give them a little place to kind of have their own outdoor space.
So we're going to raise that up, put some stone steps down there, and then build a metal railing around that. But first I need to build the railing around this.
Yeah, lots to do.
Which means I need to learn how to weld.
Lots and lots to do.
So I wrote down a few from a couple months ago as I was seeing comments more and more. Oh, I've addressed this before. Why are the cups of coffee so small? They're espresso shots. If we were to give them full cups, we would all die. But yeah.
We do give them it in an American-sized mug. I need to get some little espresso
For some reason, that's been over and over and over again. What is the cost of the build? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not an accountant. I'm really terrible at keeping receipts, but a lot less than you'd expect because we've excavated the stone and we've been using the material that we find here, and you basically just need to buy sand and cement, which is cost next to nothing. It's a lot less than you would think. There's been a lot of questions about how we're going to furnish the house, like what kind of furniture we're going to use. We're going to go to like antique markets and or build things. Probably a combination, but the reality is that I want to build our own furniture. I think the IKEA beds for the girls were just for them. Never doing IKEA again. That was awful. They just really wanted that bed, and it's one less thing for me to build. But
not really.
Yeah,
it's a long time.
But I have designs in my mind, and we've been collecting pictures of different places we've gone, of furniture that we like, and we bought extra walnut when we were at the lumber yard, just specifically to make our own furniture. Where do we get electricity and water? Thankfully, water already was on the property when we bought it. It comes from a nearby spring, so it's municipality water, I guess, and that was already taken care of. And we... At first, as you guys know, for the first 2 years or so, we were completely off-grid with all of the build using just solar and batteries. And then we connected, I feel like it was just, 4 months ago, but I don't remember the timing exactly.
It hasn't been that long.
We connected to the grid, and we get our electricity from them. And long-term, it's going to be a combination because we're limited with how much electricity we can get from the grid. So we're going to have a good solar array to power the rest of it. So it's going to be kind of a hybrid combo system.
I think something that people might be interested in knowing is even when you're hiking up way into the mountains, there are like sewer connections and water connections and all these things right way up in the mountains, even more remote than we are. So it's not that uncommon to be on like the city water. I know it's weird because in the States where we live, at least, you can be just kind of like a mile outside the city and you don't have city water anymore, but it's not like that here.
Which is really interesting. Because there's a path that we go, and you can hike 30 minutes out into the middle of nowhere. There's not a road nearby for a 30-minute hike, and yet you'll find sewer hookup. Are you going to stop making videos when the house is finished? One, it won't be finished for a couple of years. I don't think. It's going to take us some time. Especially the outside. And two, no, I don't think it'll ever stop. I think it's interesting because our background is in making videos. It used to be like creating videos for like companies and things like that, or wedding videos.
Yeah, when we first got married, we did wedding videos
for like 5 years. Yeah. And we always did that together. And then on nights and weekends, I would slowly work to build up my building skills, just doing small projects around the house. And we used to always say that doing only videos was too much videos, and doing only renovation work was too much, and I wish that I could do half the year of one and half the year. And now that's exactly what we do. We make videos telling stories about the renovation work that we're doing, and it's just the dream job for me. So no, I don't want it to ever end. What happened to the original stone floor that you carefully took out, and what will you be doing with that?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question, because originally we had planned to put it back into the living room where we took it out, which is why we so carefully numbered it. But the more we thought about it and wanted our living room to be like level, it just wasn't very feasible. As well. Yeah, and just for cleaning and things like that, the stones are not very easy to maintain in that way.
It would have required a lot more digging. We would have had to dig down probably that far deeper. Yeah. And you have to put down a bed of sand, which absorbs moisture, and our biggest challenge here is moisture. So we are strongly recommended not to put it back in. And it also causes our heat system not to work properly. So
the plan is to actually move that stone outside and utilize it outside in our landscaping and things like that. Probably close to where the fireplace is, maybe the outdoor kitchen. It's going to be beautiful.
Basically make an outdoor living room.
Outdoor living room, that's what we want.
Nearly in every video we get the question of, I just found your videos, how do I go back to the beginning and watch them? And while YouTube doesn't make that very easy to navigate that, at the end of every video they'll suggest a kind of a video that you can watch next. I'll start putting up a playlist that brings you back to the very beginning, and then you can just literally click next on your TV remote or on your phone or whatever and go through every video in order. I don't know. Maybe that'll help somebody. Got it? Yeah. It's heavy. Whew. All right, it is finally time to take down this tree. This tree has been diseased for years, and actually the roots are breaking out the stone wall beneath it, and people keep telling me to take it down, take it down, take it down. It's been in the way of Andrea, and well, you know, haven't got around to it. But today, finally taking down this tree, which is going to really open up the view, which is really exciting. But Chloe's very sad about it. She likes trees, but it's dying anyways. It's nearly dead. And it's causing a lot of problems for the stone wall beneath, which kind of actually holds up the house.
Yeah.
So the house will pretty much fall down?
Probably not, but we need it just to be extra safe.
We don't want to take any chances.
Yeah. Okay. But on a side note, it's also really overgrown and blocked this view. So this is going to, for the first time, really open up the view to be able to sit right here and enjoy the view of both churches. There is a beautiful church right behind that mess. My tree cutting skills are below average at best, and I have a very narrow window of where I want to drop it. It would be easiest to drop it in this terrace here, but it'd be a lot of mess to clean up. I'd rather drop all of the mess on this terrace because I want to give it a couple of months for all of this to die out before I actually chop it up and dispose of it.
You can do it.
Oh yeah. I'm going to first take this branch down this way just to be able to take some weight off. So hypothetically, I'm going to drop it right on this bucket.
Okay. Save the bucket.
It'll likely swing and drop right here. This is my practice. Start on a big branch.
Okay. Okay, I'm nervous.
So it's caught in a vine, which makes it a little bit more dangerous, or quite a lot more dangerous.
It could swing out any which way now.
It's going to want to swing this way. I didn't see all the vines up there.
Please be careful.
Shit. Now there's no... I can't take any more off of it. We'll lose the hinge point.
Okay. There we go. Whoa. You did it. Oh, it's coming down. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Are you okay?
Perfect.
Yay!
We didn't
We didn't die! Oh, look at the view, girls! Wow!
Don't like cutting down trees.
Opens it up so much.
Man, that makes a huge difference. Really opens up this view to be able to see both churches from this spot. And long term, this tree also needs to go. That tree is rooting out of the stone wall and causing all the stones to be pushed away. But you know, one tree at a time. But with that, thank you so much for watching and supporting us, and we will see you in our next video.